again for fake fireside chats with Tracy and Rue. Rue's not talking to me anymore. Today it is the holiday edition of fake fireside chats. Today we're going to be talking about the holidays. We're going to be talking about stress, and we're going to be talking about how the holiday stress affects your dog and what you can do about it. How cool is that? Today isn't really answering any one particular question that was sent in, but rather I thought instead I would actually take you behind the scenes, a backstage pass to the thought process of what I'm going to be doing this holiday and how I'm dealing with holiday stress and my dogs. So, recap in case you don't know anything about me. My name is Tracy. I own Beyond Obedience. Beyond Obedience has 19 dogs. Yes, I said 19. That's 1 less than 20. That is in fact crazy, and I'm aware of that. However, not all 20 of the dogs, 20 of the dogs. It's not like I asked for another dog for Christmas. Not all 19 of the dogs live here in the house with us, but at any given time, we have a number of dogs that live up here. Right now, currently, we have 5. 5 dogs are currently living in the actual house with us here. Now, I am not like other trainers where I have a training room or a kennel house in the house where I do my work. That's not a thing here. This is just my house. This is just where we live. This is our house. So I'm going along with my life, and all of a sudden I realize, bam, it's December 13th. And I was like, whoa, what? You know, because I just realized that means that Christmas is only, carry the 12 days away. And with Christmas and the holidays brings a certain amount of stress, especially for people like me that take on the burden of thinking that I can create the magic of Christmas for all of my friends and my family over the holiday season. But to add to that this year, I also have company coming. My sister and my brother-in-law and my nephew are coming for a little bit of a stay over the holiday season, which is fantastic, right? Family's great. The only thing is, and I don't think I'm going to be insulting them by telling you this, but the only thing is that my sister and my brother-in-law and my nephew, for that matter, are not really what you would call dog people. What? I know, it's weird. It's kind of weird when you look at me and you think, wow, she has 19 dogs, but her sister, no, they have cats. And I don't judge them for that. Whatever, you like cats, it's a thing. It's fine. I'm okay with that. No judgment, But I mean, the reality of it is, would we hang out a lot, especially over Christmas, if we were just friends? Maybe not. Maybe not, but hey, you can't choose your family, so it is what it is. They're coming over here. So what am I gonna do for Christmas to help alleviate some of that holiday stress, not only for myself, but for my dogs? So let's break it down. Of the 5 dogs that are currently in this house, 2 of them are senior citizens. Mariah is 13 years old. She's a noof. She doesn't really do very much. She's kind of a no-brainer. Both of them stay downstairs, and they sleep most of the day, right? So Mariah sleeps most of the day. She's pretty cool. However, I will say that one of the issues that we're going to immediately have is with the other senior citizen that's down there, and that is my 13-year-old Doberman. Now, if you have not had the opportunity to own a Doberman or meet a Doberman or live with a Doberman, and your frame of reference for Dobermans comes from the movies or television shows like Magnum PI, I don't want to burst your bubble by saying this, but Dobermans are probably the suckiest, most diva-like dogs I have ever owned. True. That is true. This dog, I've got this setup down there. I'll show it to you here. Here it is. This is the setup down there. This is the dog beds, right? So we have 2 cots that are raised off the ground. Then there's the like orthopedic memory foam pad that's on top of it for their aging bones. And then we have a fuzzy blanket on top of that, and then extra blankets and support to cover them all up. Mariah hangs out on this bed a lot, but quite often gets off because it's way too hot. But my Doberman Lincoln is not going to lie on that. He's like, I don't sleep on the floor. That's not a thing that I do. And he requires the couch, and he also requires his pink blankie to to cuddle him up in. That's pretty much how he rolls. And we kind of cater to him. I'm not gonna lie, we cater to him. He's 13. Like 13's a pretty old dog, but for a Doberman, pretty old, like he's old. So we've been catering to him for a while. Like we just move out of his way, we tuck him in. My son sometimes just doesn't even ask him to get off the couch to feed him. He just brings him his food, like in his like languages is like, you know, like we cater to him. So the issue that I'm gonna have over this holiday season, of course, is gonna be seating arrangements and the fact that the Doberman takes up a large portion of the couch. And my solution to that this year is that I've gotten these folding chairs, uncomfortable folding chairs for the humans, because I've decided that I would rather listen to the humans complain than the Doberman complain. It's a better deal for me, I'm sure. So that's one problem down. Now, of the 3 dogs that are left, of the 5, one of them is Nigel, and Nigel, of course, as many of you already know, is perfect, right? He's perfect. He's a no-brainer. So no issue with him. So the other 2 characters in this situation is my 2 Australian Shepherds. Now, here's where I'm going to talk about stress, and this is all jokes aside, this is serious stuff here. I want you to pay attention to this right here. All right, so here's where we're going to discuss the nuts and bolts of this episode of Fake Fireside Chats. We're going to be talking about the layered stress threshold, okay? So if you've ever had an experience where your dog has acted what seemingly out of nowhere with some aggressive tendencies, or all of a sudden your dog snapped at somebody and they've never done that before, this may help you to figure out what's going on with your dog. The Australian Shepherds that I have are both innately fearful, cautious. They're going to take a little bit longer to warm up to people, okay? So let's say for my dogs, their threshold to bite, their potential to bite, that high stress threshold level is up here. Let's say it's up here, which means that if we were to push the dog past this point, then that would increase their chances and likelihood that they would growl, snap, or bite, okay? So that's their potential to bite somewhere up here. So in their regular life, in their regular day, when everything's going really well for them, they might be lingering down here on this level, right? They're down here, they're chill, they're just hanging out. Everything is great in their world, okay? Now, for my dogs in particular, for this example, because we just recently moved, we've only been living here for about 3 months, they're already gonna be a little bit higher up. They're not gonna be down here, they're gonna be a little bit higher up on that scale because they're still trying to figure things out. Everything here is a little bit new, and I would caution people that if you get a new dog or you have a big change in your life, like a big move that we've done, or there's been some sort of change, someone's left your life, there's a divorce, a separation, any of that kind of thing. If you've had any sort of level of stress in your life, then your dog is gonna be a little bit higher up than they normally would be. And I would say for my guys here, I would like to experience at least all 4 seasons before I can say that they'll be back down to here, where they'll have a pattern of predictability that will make them comfortable enough to be sort of at their lowest level here, okay? So my dogs are gonna be a little bit above their chill level. We'll call that the chill level, all right? So they're already lingering a little bit higher up. Now, tack on top of that the holiday season. So the events leading up to the holiday season are gonna add a little bit more stress. Strange things happen at the holiday season. You start to bring out crazy decorations. You bring in a tree from outside and tell the dogs they're not allowed to pee on it. I mean, they don't understand what's going on. There's a bit of hype and excitement. People are kind of getting ready and prepping, and stuff's getting moved around. Like quite often we have to move our furniture around to accommodate the tree that we've brought in. So they're gonna be up a little bit higher than that than normal. Just on the prep alone, just the prep and the change in their world is going to increase that stress threshold just a little bit. Now, as we get closer and closer to that, the kids are now off of school, right? They're not now, but they will be off school, and they're gonna be buzzing at a different level. They're gonna be doing things, they're gonna be home more. So now their routine is a little bit off, right? The kids aren't going to school in the morning and coming back at nighttime. So now they're up a little bit higher here. So you can see in just a short amount of time that their threshold, their stress threshold is raised up a little bit more than it would be, okay? Now, when we get to the actual holiday season, if you have guests, right? You also have guests that come over and children that are excited and they're hyped up on chocolate and Christmas presents are being wrapped up. Now all of a sudden your dog is up to here. And you can see now that we've layered those stress levels, have raised your dog's potential to bite. So now they're just lingering underneath that level. And now all of a sudden the little thing goes wrong, a child falls and hits the dog while they're sleeping, that sort of thing. And all of a sudden your ever so sweet dog that would never do anything wrong is now just bumped up ever so slightly over that threshold. And to us, we'll look at it and go, I don't understand. The dog was fine, everything was fine, but out of nowhere, the dog all of a sudden freaked out and growled or barked or snapped at my nephew, my niece, my daughter, whatever. Okay, so this happens a lot in the holiday seasons, any stressful times. We need to consider all the variables that add to that stress to the dog. Anything that makes it a little bit unusual or takes them out of their pattern or things change a little bit, right? Not to mention the stress that we vibe off of, right? I don't know about you, but I always take on the burden of trying to keep the magic of Christmas alive for my whole family. And sometimes that in itself can make me a little bit crazy. And when I get crazy, I lose leadership score points and their stress level is going to rise because they're going to be like, man, she's nuts. We got no one to follow. So all these things add up, and it's when that happens, when we push them just a little, so it looks like the straw that broke the camel's back, but that's all it seemingly takes. But in reality, it was a buildup of stress that ended up getting your dog to that point. So what am I going to do about it? Well, I'm glad you asked. What we are planning on doing about it for this is we are bringing back the crates. We're bringing back the crates. These guys do have crates. They were part of the school bus. They might even still be in the school bus. I don't know, but we're gonna dig out those crates and we're gonna set them back up. But we're not gonna do that right before Christmas. We're gonna actually do it prior to Christmas. We're gonna just have them in rooms available for the dogs. We're gonna leave them open so that they have a space to go to. And we're gonna start to recondition them to be like, if you're looking for a place to chill, this is the place to do it. Now I know some of you might be thinking, well, that seems sad. I don't want my dog in a crate for the whole Christmas season. That's actually not what I'm suggesting, but what I am suggesting is this. If you are going to have a lot of people over, if it's dinner time, if it's going to be a stressful time, if the kids are unwrapping presents and that sort of thing, and your dog is going to be stressed out, your dog would rather be in the crate. Trust me when I say that. Okay, this isn't being mean to them. This is actually helping them out. And as for my guys here, it's just giving them a place to retreat to. My public service announcement to you all is going to be this. I'm going to give you permission, if you will, to give yourself a break and to give your dog a break this holiday season. I'm going to give you permission because I know we're riddled with guilt and we think, well, the dog wants to be a part of this. But you want to know something? I don't think your dog does. I know mine don't. Right? So I'm going to give you permission to take the guilt away from you. My Christmas gift to you is I'm taking the guilt away from you. I'm going to let you know that it's okay to put your dog in the crate. It's okay to put your dog in the crate because at the end of the day, there are only so many hats that you can wear. And I know for me personally, this Christmas, I want to be awesome mom. I want to be kick-ass aunt. I want to be loving spouse. I want to be a great sister for my guests. I want to enjoy the holiday season. I'll tell you what I don't want to be this holiday season. I don't want to be a dog trainer. I don't want to be a dog trainer, Tracy. I don't want to be that. No. And my dogs don't want it either. So that is my gift to you. Take away the guilt. Bring out your crate. Put your dog away. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right? Your dogs will thank you in the end, okay? That crate will give them that downtime that they need to allow that stress level to decrease. That's what the crate does. It allows that stress level to come back down because in that crate, they now can predict what's gonna happen to them. Nobody can bother them, right? They have a safe place where they can go, hang out, and nobody's gonna bother them. It's kind of cool when you think about it, okay? So there you have it. That is this holiday edition of Fake Fireside Chats with Tracy and Rue. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a happy holiday. From me and my pack to your pack, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We will see you all in 2019 for epic fake Fireside Chats, as well as lots of exciting news. All right? Have a happy holiday, and Rue loves her crate, and she will thank me